Good evening, good morning, good whatever time it is. Welcome to this amazing Patakazi Dubai webinar. Patakazi, for those who don't know, Patakazi is all about helping you grow your career into Dubai, expand into the UAE. We're obviously in a global economy where, opportunities are everywhere. You don't have to limit yourself to your country of origin. And one of the conversations I've always had with my partners in the UAE and in Dubai, and every time we travel, is just how much potential there is, particularly in Africa, but we're also looking at globally. But more so, the African talent is not well discovered. We have a lot of talent. We have some really amazing professionals in Africa, but unfortunately, most people out there don't get to know about it. And also, the opportunities that are available in the UAE and Dubai, people don't get to know about it. Now, locally, we've had a lot of conversations about exporting of professionals. Locally, there's been a lot of discourse that maybe the government is focusing too much on trying to export talent and not enough developing, the local capacity to absorb, to absorb, professionals and to absorb people. And that's a whole other political conversation that's been going on, particularly in Kenya. And so we'll sort of steer away from that, because at the end of the day, okay, I have my own personal opinions about what the government is doing or not doing, but I don't want Patakazi Dubai to be about that. We are simply here saying, look, if you're a professional, and by the way, it's not just about Kenya. This is a conversation that we're having about Africa, and it's also a conversation we're having about everybody, Pakistani, India, and people in the developed countries, people in the undeveloped countries. So this is more of a global conversation that we are having. And as much as, yes, there's that notion that's going on locally, and that conversation can continue. But really, you need to understand that Patakazi Dubai is really about the global conversation about career opportunities in Dubai and the UAE, and how we can help you to maximize on that. And just sharing, also seeing what are some of the hurdles people who are trying to get into those spaces are facing, and also how can we connect you directly with professionals who then can give you the right advice. And that's what Patakazi really is about. And let me just check to make sure that we are live on all the platforms. Yeah, we seem to be live on we're live on Instagram. Great. Let me just double check that we are live on, and anyone who's watching us on all the other platforms, you can tell us. I can see we are live on Mawaida Africa YouTube. That is up and running. LinkedIn. I'm not sure if we are there in LinkedIn. Um, let's see. Let's see if we are there. Uh, yeah, maybe someone can tell us if we are there in. If you can catch us on LinkedIn, if you can watch us and you're seeing us, tell us. But I think we should be live. Um, yeah, I think we are live. Good, good, good. We are live. So let me bring on my guest, my host, my partner in crime, Mr. Hassan. Hi, Hassan. Welcome.
Hey Bonnie, how are you?
I'm great. I'm great, man.
How's
Welcome.
everything?
Welcome to Patakazi.
Thank you so much. Thank
Patakazi,
you.
Dubai.
Fateh Ghazi, Dubai, is one of our most adventurous project that we're into, right? It's
Yeah.
it's all about connecting the market, connecting the dynamics, bringing all what is it globally into Africa, letting
Mhm.
them know how you can go across the world and work, travel, have fun, have new experiences, and that's what Parakazi is all about.
Mm, awesome, 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 awesome. Yeah, and maybe just an introduction. Give us an introduction of yourself, who you are. Tell us a little bit more about HT Crew.
All right. So, hi everyone. I'm Hassan Tirmizi. HT Crew. is short for Human Transformation Crew, and we are all about transformations. Work in three arenas. We work in organizational development consulting. We do lots of training and development. We are also into certification courses, and we do transformation coaching as well. So we work with corporates, we work with SMEs, and we work with startups. And we especially work with individuals. We are on a global mentorship program with the CIPPD and all of on CMI and all of these networks. And what we actually do is that we help professionals, we help individuals grow in their organizations, and we also help organizations grow into a more productive and a more dynamic organization. So that is what HT Crew is all about. So I mean, if you want more information, you can go on our website, the www.htcrew.co, and you can have more information on what we're all about.
Okay, okay. Awesome, awesome. And the other thing is I mean, you operate in the Dubai HR ecosystem.
Yeah.
You know about the job opportunities, you know about the job market. So for those who may not understand the nature or the nature of opportunities that are there in the Dubai job market, maybe give us a hint of what's going on in the Dubai job market right now. Where do you see it going in the future, and what are some of the opportunities that are available for professionals in Africa and professionals in everywhere else in the world, really?
All right. So let's basically talk about Dubai. So what is Dubai? So Dubai is a global business hub, right? Dubai is strategically located between Europe, Asia, and Africa, and it hosts the regional headquarters for numerous multinational corporations and offers a dynamic business environment. Number one, it's tax free. Number two, it has high quality infrastructure. Number three, diverse. It's a diverse market. It's a multicultural market with over 200 nationalities which are residing in Dubai. It's an innovative economy, means that all of Dubai is all about technology, finance, real estate, tourism, and it's one of and it's becoming one of the most popular smart cities for investors and job seekers, as it goes. Plus, it gives you two things: one, safety, and two, quality of life. Now, looking into the dynamics of the market. So Dubai's job market is a hyper competitive ecosystem driven by confluencing of multinational corporations and local enterprises. The landscape is dynamic, which requires agility and a strategic approach to actually look for jobs and job hunting. So the job market operates very fast. It's a globalized economy, right? And then the major areas or the major sectors in Dubai. So I'll talk about. So one is finance and fintech, right? So Dubai's financial services sector is basically the cornerstone of its economy. So it has a very strong fintech innovation focus. So most of the roles in these areas are compliance, risk management, blockchain, digital banking, are in high demands in the city. The second is the real estate and construction, right? Real estate continues to be the robust sector, driven by mega projects and infrastructure development. Opportunities are beyond in the real estate sector are mostly into the real estate financial planning, the urban planning, project management, sustainability roles are what Dubai is pushing towards the smart city initiative. Now come on to the most important sector, which is tourism and hospitality. Right, tourism is the pillar of Dubai's economy, and the city's vision is to attract 25 million tourists annually by 2025, which creates a high demand for innovative roles in customer services and service excellence. On the other end, they also require talent in luxury hospitality, event management, and digital marketing for their travel. The next is technology and digital transformation. Well, big giant companies, tech giant companies are going into the UAE and fostering a vibrant startup ecosystem, right? So mostly it's software development, it's cyber security, AI. Yes, AI is more like right now, and then data and analytics are critical as the businesses across sector undergo a lot of digital transformations. Then you have healthcare and life sciences, but most importantly, you have logistics and supply chain, right? And in given the very strategic positioning as the logistics hub, just like DP World, there's a growing demand for professionals in supply chain management, e-commerce, logistics, and international trades. Well, all of these big companies into place, what they usually require are people from the support sector as well. So they need risk guys, they need finance, they need HR, and then they need general administration experience individuals as well. So that is the overall highlight of what the Dubai market looks like.
Mm, awesome, awesome. Now, that's the opportunity that's available. Now, what in your view are some of the challenges in people trying to access job opportunities? If I can share my experience, I've met when we started the Africa UAE Business Summit and when we started our business trips, every time when I'll be traveling to Dubai, guys, a lot of guys would reach out and say, "Hey, I'm not in business. I'm professional. I'm looking for a job in Dubai." And so that's when we really started getting into seeing, okay, fine, there are those who are entrepreneurs and there are those who are business oriented, and we are helping those find business opportunities. But there are those then who are more career oriented, who want to look at how to grow their careers. And that's when we started getting into trying to understand. And of course, you hosted us at HR Disrupt, which was an amazing, amazing event, which we'll probably get into a little later. And when I was in the room with all these HR experts, the conversation that was going on is guys don't really know about the talent or the quality of talent that is available in Africa. Because in my experience, having operated in Kenya, guys here are really, really good, particularly in Kenya, also across other African countries, but particularly in Kenya, guys are very creative. I mean, I've worked with clients who've come from the US and have set up here, and they're like, man, guys are so creative, guys are so innovative, guys are disciplined, well spoken, and all that kind of stuff. And that is something that is duplicated and replicated across Africa. You have guys who are really qualified, people who are highly educated, very innovative, very creative. But the thing is, the job market in Dubai is not aware of all these amazing professionals that are available, and so unfortunately, the guys don't get. The other thing is, guys don't know what opportunities are there. So maybe share in your experience as a HR expert, what are some of those hurdles that people from Africa, particularly, but also from the world face when it comes to accessing opportunities in Dubai?
Yeah, well, you see, the way being a global market offers many opportunities, right? So, job seekers must be prepared to navigate a range of challenges, right? So, the top three which I have seen is high competition, right? So the way attracts professionals from all over the world, making the job market very, very highly competitive, right? With a vast number of qualified individuals who are waving for the same position, so it can be very difficult to stand out. So that is number one. Number two is GCC experience, right? So that's number two. Number three is well, the major challenges which people don't will see is a high cost of living and relocation, right? So these are some of the things that individuals need to see, and how they can stand out. So for that, how to effectively approach these is that you need to craft a personal brand. Everyone must articulate your personal brand through a consistent narrative across the platforms. You see, you need to have um, your USP, right? So, what's your unique selling point, and how are they aligned with the roles that the recruiters are sourcing from, right? Then, while you are also looking at job opportunities, you can also conduct a very small SWOT analysis of the company, familiar yourself with their latest projects, or their culture, and how it works in Dubai. And the most famous way to actually prepare for an interview is the STAR approach, with situation, task, actions, and results. But the thing that I've seen is, it's an ocean, right? And to be noticeable, you have to have a very, very significant personal brand, right? And to create that, you need to know what networking opportunities, or what areas you can explore, right? Because Dubai is a big flow of global talent, right? So, for example, LinkedIn is basically your digital business card in today's professional world, right? So, optimizing your profile with a clear headline, or a detailed experience, or even a compelling summary that highlights your unique selling point, can be an advantage of you for you. Number two is, you have to look into joining professional association and networking groups. For example, we talk about SBC, which is Strategic Business Connect, BNI, UAE African Networking Group, and much more. So all of these organizations often host events. They offer host webinars. They often host workshops where you can connect with key industry people, and gain insights, and stay up to date on the events. Then engage yourself with online communities and webinars, on which you can get access of who's who in Dubai. LinkedIn, join platforms, join communities, join webinars. So these are one of the things that I see, that most of the people who are not used to working in the GCC, or are not familiar with the market, tend to get a step back, because they are not very well networked in that particular area, right? So while you're in Dubai, networking is one of the key things that you can do. Number one. Number two is, what I've found over the times that I'm there, is your CV, right? The most common challenges, or the most common issue, is that your CV has to be optimized as per the ATS system, right? So what is an ATS? ATS is basically an applicant tracking system, um, w- which is the first hurdle in any recruitment process, which acts as an automated gatekeepers that filters out resumes uh, s- uh, b- before they are even seen by any human eye, right? So approximately 75 to 80% of the large companies in the UAE and GCC market use ATS, and many small firms use ATS to streamline their recruitment process. Why? Because they have a large pool. So for you to stand out in that market, your CV or your resume, your profile has to be as per the ATS format. This means that if your resume isn't ATS optimized, it might not, it might never get seen by a recruiter, regardless of your qualifications, right? So the common challenges I've seen is very, very flashy CVs. On an ATS system, it has to be very, very simple. Two pages,
Mhm.
using standard formats or fonts and sections. That's
Mhm.
it. You don't have to put
mm,
in your picture, you don't have to put in graphs, because that is what the ATS system doesn't read. So what it reads:
mm,
words, keywords,
mm,
right? So what is the job, what are the key
mm,
strengths required by the job? It
mm,
reads that. That is how it shortlists, right? So we must have heard the phrase that one size fit all. One size
mm,
fit all CVs do not work in the UAE. So your CV
mm,
has to be optimized as per your
mm,
qualification and your strengths, and optimized to what the job requirement is. That is what the ATS actually reads. So what we do is we use a standard CV, we send it across to all the jobs that match our experience or match our qualification. What the ATS
mm,
does is that when the keywords mismatch,
mm,
your CV is put on the left side. It never reaches
mm,
the human eye, right?
mm,
Then the ATS system also prioritizes the resumes that demonstrate a clear alignment with the job
mm,
requirement.
mm,
Generic resumes that lack that specific reference, for example, in skills or even in
mm,
experience or even in qualification. So what happens is they are more likely to be filtered out. That is
mm,
how you lose major of the opportunities. Number one.
mm,
Number two, in LinkedIn, we have a lot of jobs coming in,
mm,
right? And some of them, when we apply for a job, we go to the company website, and when
mm,
we apply there, or we can apply directly by pasting our resume on LinkedIn. Does that work? No,
mm,
because the point is that
mm.
approximately thousands of people are applying for that job. How do
Mm,
you stand out?
mm,
So, so you first reach out to the company. You give a little bit of research on LinkedIn. You find out who the recruiter is, who's handling recruitment in that organization, and you send them a
mm,
personalized email.
mm,
That is your first approach. That is your first link into the company, right? So
mm,
these are very, very, very small things
mm.
which actually articulates your resume out of the entire bunch of individuals that have applied. Because
Awesome.
people say that, oh, I've applied on 20 jobs and I'm not getting
And
a
I've not
response.
gotten.
Yeah, you're not getting a
Interesting.
response
Interesting.
because you're
Mm,
filtered out.
mm.
So you
So
see,
what
you
I'm
have.
hearing from you, what I'm hearing from you is you need to be an expert at job hunting.
Well, okay, so let me iterate it in another way. I've got 20 years of experience in HR. So if I want to
Mm,
find a job in my
mm,
own country, so
mm,
do I have to work hard?
no.
That hard? No, because people know
Mm,
me, right?
mm,
I've been in
mm,
the market for 20 years. There,
mm.
there, there would have been thousands of HR professionals.
Mm.
So out of
You
those
can.
thousand, even 200 would know me.
Mm, mm,
You meet at events, you meet at
mm,
webinars, you
mm,
can meet on sponsored events, or
mm,
places. But in
mm,
Dubai,
mm.
you are a new person which needs
Exactly.
to introduce himself or herself into the
Mm,
market. So
mm,
number one, network. Number
mm,
two, optimize your LinkedIn, because that's your first image into that global arena. Number
mm,
three, when you're applying, you use an ATS optimized resume, right? For
mm,
example, the words need to match. The formatting has to be very simple, right?
mm,
Then
mm,
avoid using columns, because what
mm,
happens is when an ATS system reads, it can read it as a sentence while you have also
mm.
marked a column. So that
Yeah.
also, so don't use so much of acronyms. Use full forms,
Mm, mm,
because it's very easy to get diverted from
mm,
acronyms. Then you need to
mm,
leverage out from action verbs, right? it's
mm,
it's it's a little
So
complicated.
and one of the things that we're going to be doing at Patakazi, and that's actually why we've started this platform, because you're
Yeah.
like, we need to empower our people. I mean, I have a heart for the African continent. I'm completely obsessed and completely convinced about the potential of the African continent. But the truth is, this information is for the world. And that's why we started Patakazi Dubai, because the idea is we want to empower you with the knowledge, the information that you need to be able to make yourself an expert job hunter, for lack of a better word. Because the truth of the matter is, and this is the sad part about, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the sad part is it's the person who knows how to get the job who gets the job, not necessarily the most qualified person.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the thing is, instead of you wasting a lot of time, a lot of energy, I mean, I had a close contact of mine reach out to me, and they're telling me, oh, they wanna, they're being told about a certain visa. I think it was a visa to somewhere. I can't remember where it was. I think it was Canada or the US. So there was this agency who gives work visas, and one of the things they're saying is, you're already going ahead and getting a work visa. Have you found out about a job? Have you done any investigation about your job market in that space? Your qualifications, are your qualifications are your qualifications up to par? I had a very sad experience, and I shared. And in fact, Patakazi was founded on two very one of my inspirations of starting Patakazi was founded on two very sad stories. One time when I was coming back from Dubai for business trip, the taxi driver, we were just having a chat with my taxi driver, and she was telling me about I was telling him about, oh, I'm from Dubai, there's a lot of opportunities there, and he was asking me about, oh, how's the job market there? I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of work. I've done a lot of work with tours and travels, the tourism space, both with government agencies, with private agencies. So I have a lot of experience in the tour space. And I was telling him, yeah, by the way, as a driver, if you go there and if you find your right qualifications as a tour operator or as a tour driver, there's some good money to do. So yeah, go find out, look for information, blah blah blah. You see, I mean, it was just a casual conversation, but I was telling him, yeah, there's a lot of opportunities, but try and find out. So then we lost contact. Then I think when I was coming down for my May, he reached out to me again and said, "Oh, guess what? I found an agent who's promised me to get me a job." So then I asked him, "Oh, so you're getting a job as a driver?" He's like, "No, I'm not getting a job as a driver. I think he's getting a job as a construction." So I'm like, "Okay, what's the plan?" So, oh, I'm gonna work in construction a little bit and then work my way up. So I was like, "Okay, fine. All the best. I wish you all the best. I hope it all works out." Then when I was in Dubai, we arrived in Dubai around the same time. He went on to do some work. So sadly, he calls me a few days after being in Dubai, and then he's telling me, "Bro, I went worked for these guys, and after 5 days, I was fired." I'm like, "What do you mean?" So these guys, he paid a lot of money. He was promised a lot of cash. He was promised a lot of cash in terms of salary. You're gonna get this big salary, etc, etc, etc. So then he gets to Dubai, and the job which he was promised is not the one he's given. And in fact, after 5 days, he's fired, and he's already spent all his money. And the worst part was, in Kenya, he was actually making an income because he had an Uber, he had a couple of businesses. So it's not like he didn't have anything he was doing. So he was actually doing something. I mean, he was able to raise a lot of money. I don't know how much he paid. Was it $3,000 or $4,000? He actually paid a good amount of money. So that
Yeah.
means he actually had money, and he was actually earning an income here. But because of just jumping into a job market, no clue how it works, no inside information. Um, yeah. And another one was a lady whom I met, also a Kenyan lady whom I met while I was in Dubai. And then for them, they just got a ticket, put together money for a ticket, went to Dubai with the hope of hopefully it works out. I mean, eventually we reached out. I've been following her case, and eventually she was able to get a job. But not everyone is that lucky. Some people get in trouble with immigration. Other people get in trouble with the law because you just jumped in, didn't do your research, didn't try and find out anybody, and didn't try and find out what's going on in that market. And I mean, even here in Kenya, we've had tons and tons of sad stories of people going to Saudi, people going to other countries within the GCC. and getting a very, very bad experience. And so Patakazi Dubai is founded based on that, so that it can inform you. And you see, that's what we're doing. I mean, there are courses which for the deeper information, you probably need to invest in courses, and we're going to try and put together those training courses to prepare you, like even the CV, because we only have 1 hour. Obviously we can't cover everything you need within the 1 hour. We can't help you fully, but at least the webinars are free. And so kindly, every week on Monday we'll be right here, and the link, even after, in case you miss it, the link will still be available. Follow, educate yourself. Don't jump in and then complain and say, oh, this went wrong, this went wrong. There's too much misinformation, disinformation, too much conmanship going on. And kindly, so one of the things I really ask is kindly make maximum use of this platform, make maximum use of all the people. And we're going to be bringing you access to HR experts. I've myself, for those who don't know Mawaida Africa, we are actually a marketing agency. We are a communication agency, and we're just using our skill as communicators to put together this platform, so that then we can give you access to all the top HR people. And we'll even go down at some point. We'll go down to sectors, and we'll go through the real estate sector. We'll go through the healthcare sector, different sectors, talking to HR experts in those spaces, so that we can bring you factual information about professions in particularly in Dubai. Obviously, we're starting in Dubai, but looking at UAE and GCC and the general space. Um, you know, all the opportunities that are available for you to get jobs out there. So, yeah, and so Hassan, maybe you can share your experiences. What are HR professionals, the HR professionals that you engage with in Dubai? What are some of the mistakes people are doing when applying for jobs?
Um, you know, you know,
Particularly when it comes to CV, you can say general mistakes, but also particularly when it comes to CVs.
you know, the biggest mistake is that we just apply. We don't do our research. We don't know what the company requires. We are so into just applying for a job that we forget that Dubai is a global hub. Dubai is a global market, and being that global market, you need to understand that the dynamics. So number one thing is, how will I stand out? What is my unique selling point? Why would someone shortlist my resume? So these are the questions which you need to ask yourself first. Number one. Number two, CCV not being up to the format, or not being ATS compatible. That's the issues. And then you need to understand the dynamics of the market, because the UAE is comprised of Abu Dhabi, it's Dubai, it's Queen, it's Ajman, it's Ras Al Khaimah, it's so many areas, it's Sharjah, so many areas. So Dubai, you need to be very I mean, when you're entering Dubai, you're entering a very highly competitive market. Then two three things which you need to note. Number one is, you need to have a unique selling point. Number two is, you need to have your own personal brand, so people can who know who you are, what's your strengths, what are your qualifications. Your first particular um, introduction to anyone, or your first image is your LinkedIn page. So before even your CV comes in, it's your LinkedIn page. People would search you on LinkedIn, see what you do. You need to optimize your LinkedIn in that. And coming back to what Bonnie is saying, that when me and Bonnie were discussing about Patakazi Dubai, so all we want to do is empower job seekers by providing them with the knowledge, tools, and strategies that they need to be successfully navigating the competitive Dubai and the GCC market. So what we plan to do is that we plan to offer expertise in resume optimization, how the ATS system works, what are the job dynamics, and how do we network effectively. So these will be different sessions which will equip you to actually land so actually find a job in Dubai. And then our aim is to transform the job search process into a pathway to global opportunities, while helping the individuals unlocking their potentials and securing meaningful employment in Dubai and in the GCC. So, and while talking about that, you need to effectively approach the recruiters, right? And then the most important thing is that you need to prepare yourself for an interview, right? What is the company, what is the industry, how does this role stand out in the company, what are the key competencies, uh, what is the actual expectation from the job into the organization, right? You need to focus on results and impact, right? Then what you need to do, you need to prepare yourself for different types of questions. The most commonly used are the behavioral interviewing skills, or the competency based questions, situational questions, technical questions, cultural fix questions about your career goals. So just like you go for an exam, or just like when you go for a big presentation, you prepare yourself. Just like that, you have to prepare yourself for the interviews and for the jobs. So that's the whole thing.
Mm, exactly, exactly. And that's one of the things at Patakazi will be able to do. I mean, of course, there'll be a lot of free information, but also a lot of courses, where we even do mock interviews for you, so that you're ready.
Yeah. So
You can hear
and
me?
yeah. So what we'll do is that we'll not only do mock, we'll also be coaching you, and we'll also be mentoring you
Mm,
on how to achieve what you actually want to achieve. So,
mm,
right, so give you a path line,
mm,
give you your unique value proposition, and then keep you actively engaged of what is happening in the market, so you are well
mm,
versed. And then you need to polish yourself on what are the basic corporate skills that you need
mm,
in any international company that you go into.
mm,
And it just
mm,
not applies in Dubai, it applies across the globe as well. You know, when you're
mm,
looking at GCC as a market, so these are some of the things, because you need to see uh, what is the economical powerhouses that are working there, right? What are the
mm,
ambitions and visions, and their developmental plans, what is their high demand,
mm,
so when you don't know what the high demand is, and you start applying for jobs, you won't be able to get anywhere. Then
mm,
how each location is strategically located within the GCC, because GCC is a central hub, it gives you
mm,
access to the world,
mm,
right? So just like what Bonnie said, what we're going to do is we're going to equip you with those skills so you can access that information uh, to your advantage.
mm. Okay. Okay. Awesome. 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 So, yeah, ask us any questions on, let me go to LinkedIn. Asil Raib Shah. Shah is saying, good to see you both. Um, there we go. Now, Rira Fazil is saying, good to see you both. Great, 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 great. So, tell us a little bit about Disrupt HR, what our platform is all about, and what people can look forward to, in the coming months, and why people need to plug into Disrupt HR.
Well, you see, Disrupt HR is a platform which is for the HR professionals, or not just for HR professionals, but for anyone who wants to know what disruption is all about. You tend to meet different people. You tend to meet organizations, and you tend to meet people with certain skill sets, with certain competencies, with a certain vision, which tells you uh, um, what disruption can they create with small applications happening within the organization. So that is what Disrupt HR is all about. So when we planned our Disrupt HR, what we actually did was that we gathered all of the minds that we have from across the world, and we put them on one platform, right? And what we did on that platform is, so our theme for that was disrupting. So how is AI disrupting HR tech? The best part is that we only had about two individuals who were actually from the HR fraternity. The rest from all rest of the individuals were investors, were CEOs, were professionals from the market, giving their aspects on how AI is disrupting the new world, right? So we had somebody from the we had pe- people from the education sector, we had people from the fintech sector, we had people from the tech sector, and we had individuals who actually told us that how their software is going to disrupt the recruitment processes in the organization, right? So it's a global movement, and a series of events for leaders, innovators, and HR professionals who share bold ideas, insights, and perspective on the future of work, on human resources, on people management, and it's especially what disrupt. So the concept behind disrupt HR is disruption, right? Traditional HR thinking and practices challenged by the status quo, and exploring new innovative approaches on managing people and organizations, right? So in that, what you have is that you have international speakers coming in from all across the globe. They have it's just like TED talk for HR, right? So you have a speaker coming in for 5 minutes. They have to say what they have to say, and but then you can link with them, associate with them. And this was a platform in which I met Bonnie, I met Dr. William, I met all of these brilliant individuals, and together we are now transforming and disrupting the arena all around us.
Exactly, and that's the power of networking. That's the power of networking, and that's one of the things I really hope through, especially through these webinars, we can really, really encourage all the people listening and all the people who get to watch this. Network. Your network is your net worth, and that's true in
Yes.
business, but it's also true in your professional life. The more you network, the more you listen to people in other markets, then you really get to discover what are some of the opportunities. And one of the reasons why I really wanted to put together this partnership with Hassan. Of course, he's a really cool guy. First of all, um, cool Hassan, but also this is someone who is such an asset when it comes to the HR space, because someone who is one, he's a HR professional himself, but he's also plugged heavily plugged into the HR ecosystem across Pakistan, where he's originally from, but also across Dubai and the UAE, and so using this very strong partnership, I'm really hoping that we can help. Um, I can help my fellow African brothers and everybody across the world find their foothold. We literally want to give you the marking scheme of the interview. You get prepare you to the point where you are ready for that thing, and win the interview. I mean, get the job before you even do the interview. Because
Mm.
the truth of the matter is, they say luck favors the prepared or something like that.
Sorry.
I'm saying the idea is there's a saying that say fortune favors
Favors
the
the bold.
bold. Yeah, fortune favors the bold. So yeah, be bold enough, be prepared to really go in and win that job, and that's what we are here to do. And I really hope all
Exactly.
of you watching and listening can really take advantage of the Patakas Dubai to just take your career to the next level. Now we're talking disruption, and let me ask, AI. How does AI fit in? I know today we're focusing a lot on CV writing and resume magic. There's a lot to talk about AI and how it's disrupting jobs, how it's taking away jobs and bringing in jobs. That is obviously something we'll be discussing in future webinars. But for today, let's talk about AI in relation to CV writing. So if you use, does it reduce the chances? Because I know these days they have those AI readers, so people can actually take your resume, look through and figure out how much of it was written by AI, how much of it was written by hand. So, one, does that affect your chances, or does it depend with the sector? How does AI play a role in the CV writing space?
So, so number one, it's super easy, right? So you just plug in some words, and it gives you the entire history, or the entire connotations of what you actually. So let's talk about the advantages of AI in CV writing first, right? So the far most advantage is that its efficiency and its speed, right? So AI can quickly format your CV according to the industry standards, and ensuring that it's well organized, it's visually appealing, without requiring much manual adjustments, and it's time saving, right? When we talk about ATS, though, it can pick up keywords from the job description, and the AI tools can optimize your CV with the right words, improving your chance to pass through the ATS system that scans the specific job as per the job, uh, the specific CV as per the job description, right? And then you can also use AI to tailor your content, right? The best part of AI, it's consistency and accuracy, right? You can also personalize your CV and everything. The thing is that when we are using that, let's not forget the human touch, right? So you have the information, you need to put in the human touch yourself, because you know yourself. It can help you with jargons, it can help you with words, it can help you set up sentences as well. But AI generated CVs may lack the personal touch and unique flair that a human writer can bring, potentially resulting in the resume feeling more generic, and it would lack personality, right? So AI may struggle with understanding the the nuisance of certain roles and industries and individuals and experiences
mm,
leading to less effective or appropriate context suggestion. But on
mm.
the other end, it has the potential for misinterpreting the information. So
Ah,
you know so
yes,
I it's a machine.
it's a
Wha-
machine.
wha- you know we have that saying, will AI take over, will AI take over? I mean, AI was built by someone. AI did not
Yes.
just build AI. It starting point of something. So
Mm,
and then AI for CV writing. I mean, it may offer significant advantages in terms of
mm,
efficiency or keyword optimization or error reduction, making it a more powerful tool for you to use. But you yourself are the best person, who can potentially bring out the generic outcomes, the contractual misunderstanding or the ethical concerns, because
mm,
you know what to write. So to get the best results, considering AI as a tool to enhance your CV, then you completely, to actually get that, you need to put in your personal effort in
mm,
it as well. you know
very true.
so you need to optimize it. Yes, you paste a job description into it, and
Mhm,
it will give you the entire CV, right?
mm,
You
mhm,
yourself know what are your strengths and weaknesses.
mm,
You can alter it. Just my suggestion would be, don't just copy paste it.
mhm,
Use customization options, which is yourself, to
mhm,
customize it on what your strengths and weaknesses are. Because as
mhm,
soon as if the CV gets accepted and you're
mhm,
called in for the interview, and you
mhm,
don't know what that line actually means, or you haven't done that work, then
mhm,
it would create a very, very negative image, or a bad
mm,
image for the interviewer.
mm, mm. Yeah, very true. And so the idea is it's a tool, use it, but also remember it's just a tool that you are using it.
Yes. Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
let
yeah.
it don't let it, because also I'm also thinking it from another perspective. If Because everybody else is using AI really. Um, and so if you only use AI and don't put in a little bit of your own personal effort, then you have no advantage over everybody else, because everybody else has chat GTP, everybody else has the same access to the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
tool.
Okay,
So
let me give you an example, right? So, in
mhm,
an ATS format, so one bullet point should not exceed 32 words, right?
mhm,
So here's an example. So what you
mhm,
do is you write this sentence, you put that sentence into chat GPT and tell that chat GPT to convert it into 32 words,
mhm,
right? But
mhm,
when it actually converts, does it uh, gives you the same the same impression that you want,
mhm,
or has it changed the
mhm.
entire context? That you have to check.
Exactly. Mhm,
It can help you optimize it. It can
mhm,
help you use good words in it or strong words in it, because
mhm,
sometimes when you're typing, and you tend to forget different words or different jargons, and
mhm,
it will help you with that. But what does that represent, what you want
mhm,
it to represent? So you actually have to
mhm,
read it again and see,
mhm,
does it give meaning, right? So
mhm,
you can say make it formal, it will make it formal.
mhm,
You say make it informal, it will make the
mhm,
line informal. But
mhm,
does that informal line actually fit into your entire resume? That you need to.
mhm. Exactly. And even context is important, because like you brought out a very good conversation, the fact that if you're from Malawi, or you're from South Africa, or you're from Pakistani, or even you're in the UK, words mean different things. As a
Exactly.
communication expert, I can tell you that context is everything. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, if I was to use, in every single country, a different word means a different thing. So
Exactly.
it's important for you to understand the corporate culture that you are dealing with and how they interpret certain words and how they perceive certain ones. Because unfortunately, once your CV is out there, once you apply, there's no you have you're not there to defend it. So your CV has to defend you, not the other way around.
The point is, once the bullet is fired, you can't call it
Hmm.
back. You
There you
see,
go.
so so,
Ah,
you should be very sure when you actually want to
yes,
fire that bullet.
exactly.
When you're
So
absolutely sure, when you're absolutely certain that
mm,
what the interview or what the resume evaluator is reading is what I want it to read, because it's
mm,
representing me.
mm. Very true, very true. And I think that's a very good analogy. That it's a bullet you're shooting, you're firing, and if I was to use the analogy of a sniper, a sniper just doesn't fire shots all over the place. They take a lot of time to find out why am I firing, and actually they do a lot of training to make sure that once they fire that shot, it's going to land exactly where they intend for it to fire. So, and that's why I'm really encouraging guys, take your time, okay? Be the sniper, one shot, one kill. Don't just go firing all over the place. Try this. Don't just apply.
Yeah.
Let me just try.
Strategically apply because
Exactly.
one CV does not fit all roles, because every
Mm,
role has a different competency. Every role has a different skill set it requires, so you can adjust it as per the role.
mm. Awesome, awesome. So our time is almost done. Maybe I'll allow you to give us a final remark, a parting shot for people to go home with. And just before you pass shot, any information that you need about anything that's going on here, kindly email info@mawaida.com. Reach out. We'll be able to tell you more about the Patakazi Dubai webinars. We're also coming up with what you're calling the Patakazi notice board, because the thing is, there's a lot of jobs that are out there, but people just never get to know about it. And so, if you join our WhatsApp group, then we'll be able to put you somewhere where we can give you regular updates of this job is available, this job is available, this job is available. We're also going to be coming up with a lot of training opportunities, because there is so much you need to know for you to be what I call an expert job hunter. Okay, for you to really and I mean, for you to really increase your chances of getting a job and getting a good job, you need to like, getting a job is a job in and of itself. So the idea is, we want to make you an expert at the job of finding a job, so that then you can get a maximum access to your full potential. You can really, really maximize your info@mawaida.com. If you're on Facebook, Mawaida Africa, reach out to us. If it's on LinkedIn, reach out to us. Boniface Nyaga, use my LinkedIn, and we'll be able to give you more information. Or if you are on WhatsApp, um, let me type out the WhatsApp number for you. It's +254 755 623 911. Let me just confirm that. +254 755 623 911. Kindly reach out to us. Um, Patakazi Dubai, reach out to us. We'll be able to add you to the WhatsApp group. Let's communicate. Let's empower. Let's inspire each other. So quickly, Hassan, give us your parting word. Let's bring this home.
So, what I would like to say is that your resume is your gateway to multiple opportunities. Make it count and let it open doors for you for your future.
Awesome, 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 awesome. And my final word would be, um, there's something I've always believed. If you want to cut a tree, if you're given 5 hours to cut a tree, spend three sharpening the axe, and then 30 minutes actually cutting, and then the other 2 hours you can just relax. So there's no point trying to spend your entire 5 hours cutting a tree with a blunt axe. It's going to cost you more time. It's going to cost you more energy. So kindly use Patakazi and the resources that Patakazi Dubai avails you to sharpen your axe, so that in 10 minutes you cut down your tree, and then the other minutes, you can go sip on your favorite drink, or book a trip to Dubai, go rest, because you finished the job. So let's help you sharpen your axe, so that then the job market does not become this huge, daunting thing that you're just hitting your head against the wall, and it's very frustrating. So that's it from us. From right here from Kenya, I say bye bye. Oh yeah, and if you want to reach out to Hassan, you can let me put out info@htcrew.co.
And I've also added
Okay,
my number as well. If anybody wants more information on Patakazi Dubai, either
okay,
me and Bonnie, both of us are available.
awesome, awesome. So it's info@htcrew.co, and this is your WhatsApp number, right?
Yep, it's my WhatsApp number.
Okay, so +97152510323. So reach out to us. Let's plug you into the Patakazi Dubai platform. Join the Patakazi Dubai family, and let's help each other grow. Because we are not selfish people. We share. We get good information. We share, right?
Yep, sharing is caring.
Oh, sharing is caring. So that's it, guys. So watch out for. So every single Monday we're gonna be here, 6
Yeah.
p.m. 6 p.m. Kenyan East African time, 7 p.m. Dubai time. You're in Pakistan right now. What time is it Pakistan time?
It's 1 hour plus from Dubai. So it's if it's 6 p.m. Kenya, it's 7 p.m. Dubai. It's 8 p.m.
Mhm.
Pakistan. So we're
8 p.m.
very close to
Pakistani
each
time.
other
So
by heart
wherever you
and
are in the world, just figure yourself out from those timings.
exactly. Exactly.
So that's it, guys. So bye bye.
Thank you so much, everyone. See you next Monday with
Awesome.
more exciting features. Thank you.